have been challenged to talk about me, you poor viewers.
Yes! Please subscribe.
Well, I've been challenged to say 30 things about myself. Now, this is very difficult for me because I normally don't speak about myself a lot. And I'm sure there's a lot of other more interesting things to say. But anyway, I've been challenged, so here it goes. I've been married twice. Now, I've been married to my second wife for almost 26 years, and it has been an absolute constant honeymoon. I love her to bits. She is my best friend, and we just simply can't get enough of each other. We phone each other 3-4 times a day, and we just never get tired of each other. Now, we were married 6 weeks after I had met her, and then 6 years later, we had our first child together. Now, I have 2 children, one by my first wife and one by my present wife, and they're both girls. Now, my first daughter, by my first wife, she still lives in South Africa. Now, I've also been a teetotaler my whole life. The only alcohol I've ever consumed is, well, a little bit of church wine that wets your lips. Now, I've also had this long hair and beard for about 3 years. I've never had it before, and I absolutely love it. I grew it because, well, I thought it would feel nice, and it certainly did. Now, I've been living in the UK for about 19 years. Now, while I was in the UK, I got a master's degree in 3D animation from the University of Wales, Trinity St. David. Now, that may not come as a surprise to you because you've all seen my little animations, and I love it. Now, I prefer animated family films to any other genre, and by that I mean, you know, the films like Disney and Pixar make about, you know, little cartoons running around. I've never bored of those films. I've always preferred them. So when we have a film night in our house, where we pull out the old DVDs, it's always those films, unless of course my daughter has a say or my wife has a say. But normally when it comes to films, I'm the one that has the say. Now, when you look at the furniture and ornaments in my house, they are mostly memories. Now, that means some of the stuff is like 40 years old because I attach memories to everything. Like this little trophy of this gazelle that my brother gave to me, my elder brother. He gave it to me when I immigrated to the UK. And 1 year after I was in the UK, he was murdered in South Africa. So those are very sort of special sort of memories to me, as are most of these other things. Now, I'm also a devout Catholic, and most of you wouldn't know that. So I pray 4 times a day. I pray my morning prayers. Then because I can't get to Mass, I pray the Mass. And then I pray my evening prayers, and then I say the rosary late at night just before I go to bed. And I also have this little prayer alcove in my house, which is, I know it's a little unusual, but it's me, and that's who I am. I'm also a member of the lay Carmelites, and I wear this brown scapular to signify that. Now, the brown scapular is a little piece of wool, and it sort of comes from Elijah. His coat, the cloak that he threw down to Elisha down below of the chariot. And so we attach quite a lot of importance to this. And it's the protection that the Virgin Mary gives me. So I wear this around my neck and it never comes off. Not even when I bath or anything, this stays on because that's who I am. And, you know, that's where my heart lies. It lies with the church, with Christ. Now, I also have no radio or TV in my house. I absolutely love the silence. And ever since getting rid of the radio and the TV, I don't watch the news. So it brings a sort of a beautiful sense of calm and peace and tranquility. And it's absent of all the drama in the world. And, you know, I know what the drama is. I can pick it up on Facebook and occasionally on YouTube when it happens to come up on my feed. So, but I don't bring it into the house, so to speak. I don't have it. I don't need the background noise. And of course, my greatest ambition is to see Christ in everyone. Now, let's go on to a different topic. let's go on to reading. I'm an absolute bibliophile. I love to read. You know, when I came to the UK, I had to get rid of an entire pickup full of books. It was an awfully sad moment because my whole life I had built up these books, and suddenly I couldn't afford to take them with me. So I had to get rid of them. Now, I read to my wife almost every night, and our favorite author is Geoffrey Farnell. My wife loves me to read to her. She'll knit away and I will read, and we will enjoy those moments together of sharing books and reading. Well, I see reading as reading other people's minds. It's a beautiful experience. But I'm also very curious. So I mainly read books that will give me knowledge. So I have an abundance of books, all telling me what to do with different things. Now, that leads on to the fact that I've been a diabetic for 9 years. Now, as you know, I studied the herbal course last year, but I've been studying medicine and nutrition now for the last 1.5 years, and this herbal course was just a little bit part of it in a hope of finding a method of how I can reverse my diabetes and get off my medication. Well, my latest research and experiment has proved quite successful thus far, and I've been off my medication for about 2 weeks. Now, it's still very much in the experiment phase, so I still have to do quite a lot of things to see whether it's going to be permanent or not. But anyway, that's my success so far with that, and I'm really excited because if I didn't love to read and I wasn't so curious, I wouldn't be where I am with that. Now, you see, my mother died of diabetic sort of related complications, and I would have loved to have shared my findings with her because I'm sure I could have extended her life, that she could probably still be with us today. But she's died many years ago now. And let's get on to more sort of general sort of topics. I see maths and other related subjects as images. This is quite curious because I never see mathematics purely as figures. I can see them as graphs, I can see them as other sort of relationships and patterns and stuff, but anything that I could sort of draw down, I could see mathematics like that. Now, my youngest daughter is very much the same. She's studying engineering and architecture, a joint degree at the University of Sheffield, and she has this, and consequently she's getting some of the highest marks in mathematics on her course. And another thing is, I love to paint. Now, I sold all my paintings, and I told my wife that if I ever pick up the paintbrush again to paint, I'll paint just for her, because it's quite sad. All my work I've sold or given away or given it as gifts to somebody else, but I've never done that for my wife, so sometime in the future I wish to paint just for her. Now, my daughter is an excellent artist, and in our house, all her art covers our walls. Right from when she was quite small, we built up, and we just sort of, all her artworks we just put on, so we can see the sort of development of it going on. Now, I also find DIY very easy, as I'm by trade, I'm a fitter machinist. And so DIY comes quite easily to me. Now, I wove this seamless shirt, as you can see here. It's made out of string. Now, I found that Jesus had a seamless garment, and my curiosity pricked me. How do you make a seamless garment? Because whenever you look at anything else, you don't get seamless garments. They may be seamless just over here, but where the sleeves join and stuff like this, they aren't seamless. So I set about. I'd never woven before, but I sort of figured it out and made up a nice little sort of jig for it, or loom, as they say. And I started to weave with string. It cost me about £7. And here's my stringless shirt. The only problem is I made it too small, so I can't get into it. And one day when I lose enough weight, I'll get into it. And the last thing, of course, I got into growing vegetables because of my health and my desire to create new life. It was a bit like animation. I started animation because I wanted to make things come alive. And I think growing things gives you that power to make things come alive. Now, at the moment, You know, the plants have a 50-50. Not a very good success rate with me at the moment. I tend to kill more than I sort of get into new life, but I'm getting better at it, and that's the main thing. I want to thank you for listening, and I will name my the other 5 people that I've chosen. I'll leave them in the link box below, and I just want to thank all. If you've liked it, give it a like, and please share the videos as you like them. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.